Now let's get started and have your band ready. We'll use that once we get warmed up a little bit. So take your little bit wider stance, weight in your heels, and just start your swings back and forth gently to warm up the spine, because we're going to focus on the spine and the core today. So you can let the heels come up off the ground, warm up the feet a little too. Just feel the end range. And if it doesn't make you dizzy, maybe add the head in or go the opposite way. That might make you less dizzy. But a simple warm up to get the fluids flowing. All right, let's let that go. Let's warm up the spine going forward and backward. So let's start by bringing the arms up, shoulders down away from the ears, and just do a little bitty back bend. Maybe get more into it, and then we'll let the hands come down and slowly slide down, and then let one vertebrae at a time, just as far as you'll comfortably go. What's limiting me is the back of my legs and not my spine. Okay, then slowly tuck the tailbone under first and then come up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders relaxed. And then we'll go straight up and a little bit back. As far as you comfortably go, easing into it, letting the hips come forward as the shoulders go back, but still feel all the weight all the way through your feet. Okay, then we'll come down again. Start with the top vertebrae. This time we're slowly rolling down and letting the hips come very last. And then see if you can go a little bit further. When you hit your range where you feel the tightness stopping you, hang out for a breath. And then we'll slowly roll back. Tuck in the hips under first, and then one vertebrae at a time, coming back up. And then lastly, letting the chin untuck. And then we'll bring the arms straight up, slowly going back. I'm going super slow because I kind of feel a little cramp in my right side. But I know if I go slow and ease my body into it, it won't cramp on me. Okay, let's go down again. Okay, so we'll tuck the chin, roll the shoulders forward, let the middle upper back come along, then the low back, and then finally let the hips roll forward. And just see if you can go a teeny bit further. Relax at the bottom, take a couple breaths. And then slowly tuck the hips under, support yourself with your hands if you need to. Let's do one more back bend. And then let the arms come down, and then let's just do a couple more rotations just to ease into that a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll let that go and let's do lateral movements. So the trick with lateral movements is not letting your body come forward as you go down. So we'll take the right hand down first, just seeing how close you can get the fingertips to the knees, or maybe even beyond, and then come back up and we'll go the other way. Just explore that end range. Let's do just end range a couple times, and then we'll hold them for a little bit. Okay, let's hold the right side for a couple breaths. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Just let the head relax. When you come up, we just stretched all this on the left side. So come up nice and slow, really engaging the core as you do that. And then let's go left side down. A couple breaths. Okay, so engage the core to come up. Let's go back to the right side. And once more on the left. Okay, slowly come back up, and then let's do a couple more rotations. All right, then let's double check that everybody is engaging their core all the way around 360 degrees. So tuck your front fingers in underneath your ribs and your thumbs in below the ribs on the back. And then engage your core and push into all four quadrants of your core. If you're not feeling it, try a loud cough, and that will often reflexively turn those muscles on. But learning how to control them is important. So push into those fingers and thumbs a couple times and see if you can do it without tucking the tailbone, which can be a learned movement for some of us. We've gone to classes where they said, tuck your tailbone and suck it in to protect your spine. That's a myth. Okay, so now that we can do that, hopefully, let's go down and do some bird dogs. So whatever method of getting down on the ground works for you. We'll start on all fours. Let's start with just the right hand, slide it away, and then lift, keeping the shoulders and the hips completely still. That feels okay. Let's go to the left hand, slide it away, engage the core before you lift. And down. Now let's do the right leg. Oops, I'm running into my stuff. Stretch it back, engage the core, lift it up. Bring it back in. Left side, stretch it out, lift it up. Okay, now let's do right hand, left leg. If any of that was troublesome, go back to where the trouble was and really focus on staying really still and lifting your extremities. So right hand, left leg, engage the core, lift slowly so you can be really still. Breathe, try to relax your shoulders, your face, your neck. Then we'll come down. Left side, left hand, right leg. And slowly lift. Keeping everything really still. Noticing if you're more wobbly on one side than the other. Just make a note of that. Let's come down. Let's go back to right hand, left leg. Out. And then up. We're going to hold this for about 4 or 5 breaths. You start to wobble, come out. Okay, let's switch to the other side. 4 or 5 breaths. Okay, let's go back to the other side. We'll try some additional variations. If you don't like the variations, You can go back to doing any one of these. Okay, so right arm, leg are outstretched. We're gonna make circles with the arm. Start your circles small and then work them bigger if you feel stable. And then we'll go in the other direction. Okay, and then let's do the left arm. Left arm, right leg. Okay, small circles to start with in whatever direction feels natural. Making them bigger, slowing down if you start to wobble. I had to slow down there a little bit. Okay, other direction. And then we'll bring that down. Let's go back in a child's pose. At least that's what I feel like I need at the moment. All right, then let's come back up. Okay, let's go back to right hand, left leg. Okay, and we'll do teeny little circles with the toes. You're trying to draw a circle on the wall with your toe. And then the other direction. It's definitely harder. Okay, and then let's do the other side. Left hand, right leg, little circles with the toe. Other direction. Definitely feel that more in the lower abs. Okay. All right, let's go back to right hand, left leg. This time, bring your arm out to the side. Make your circles out to the side. Both directions. You want to get fancy, make a little infinity sign. It's a little bit different challenge. If you don't know what infinity sign is, that's like a number 8 on its side. Other side, lift. Bring the left arm out to the side. Try some little circles first. Both directions. And then if you want to try your laying down number 8, try that. And then I'm feeling another child's pose. Okay, now we'll try the most challenging bird dog of them all. Right hand, left leg, lift. Little circles with the hand and the feet. And it doesn't matter if you're going in the same direction. It's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. Just as long as you're getting some movement, try to go the opposite. It's very hard. Okay. And then other side. Okay. Enough of that, right? Okay, let's grab our bands. We're going to do a banded core exercise. So you'll want enough band in your hands, maybe wad it up a couple times so you'll have to grip pretty hard. So this is good for your grip strength too. And then we're going to stand on the band with our left foot. Doesn't matter if it's all twisted or not. So you want enough. See if I can get this. Okay. You want enough tension. So you're going to ground your feet, weight in the heels, lightly in the balls of the feet. Bring the band about to your belly button and feel some tension in your belly button. And we're going to start with just lifting straight up. So here's the side, just straight up. What I want you to feel is your core is turned on front to back. You can relax your glutes and thighs as much as you can, your shoulders as much as you can. We're just going to go straight up about 10 times. You just want to feel your core turn on as you use your arms. So we're teaching our body a very functional movement right now. Okay. All right, now we're going to same position. We're going to bring the band up to about chest level, and then we're going to go straight out. So this is really going to work the shoulders and arms too. Let's just do about 10 of these. You don't want anything in your body to move. It's all arms, so you really got to engage the core, probably more hip this time too, to help counterbalance that outward motion. Not sure what rep I'm on, but do about 10. Okay, then let's do 10 more, just straight up. See if you can come up a little bit higher. Keep the weight in the heels. Okay. Let your shoulders relax a little bit. We'll go to the other side. So hold it down with your right foot. Bring it to about your belly button. And then we'll start with just 10 reps straight up and down. You notice as you come up, the band is trying to pull you off in the direction that you've got it pinned. So you have to resist that with your core motion. And you can have as much or as little resistance in your band as feels comfortable, because you're gonna work your shoulders up to this too. And your biceps. Okay, that's it, 10-ish. Okay, so now we're gonna come up to sternum level, chest level, and we're gonna go straight out. Okay, now we'll give our arms a little teeny break, and then we'll come up a little higher. If you can come up to chin height, great. Okay, good. All right, let that go a little bit. We'll go back to the left side. We're going to pin it down. If you want to wrap it around your hand, if that feels comfortable, or just total grip. We're going to pin it down. We're going to come down. We're going to make sure you're, again, staying in line like we did when we warmed up. And then resist, not resist, but we're going to pull into the band. So we're working the core on this side to pull, and then to resist, lowering down. So we're lowering down nice and slowly. So we're doing a concentric and an eccentric, strengthening. Nice and slow movement. Faster is not better. Let's do about 10 of these. If you feel like you're not getting enough resistance, then grab a little lower on your band. Make sure that core is really staying engaged to protect the spine, the lower spine in this movement. got to be about 10. When I was a high school athlete, my volleyball coach, I'm going to do it this way. We would actually have to run laps if we would look at the scoreboard because we're supposed to play every point like it mattered. It didn't matter what the score was. We play hard on every point. So I never know what the score is or what the repetitions are because it was so ingrained in me not to pay attention to that. Every rep matters. I feel that pull down and that resistance back. Staying in line. You can do that by keeping your other hand, your opposite hand, just going straight down the leg. Okay. Now we'll just do a little, we'll hold the band. We can wrap it around. We'll do some shoulder rotations, but we're going to try and do them on one leg. So we'll put our weight into our left foot first. Make sure the foot's pointing straight forward. The weight's mostly in your heels. And you can either toe touch and have a soft knee too. Level hips. We'll bring the arms up. And if you can lift that knee, okay, check where your weight is in your supporting foot. And then if you want to try either just a stretch overhead or just holding your arms up is fine too. We're going to have that core turned on. So if just having your arms down is where you're at, then that's where you're at and that's where you should stay. Just keeping that core engaged during a balance or one-legged activity. Okay. I'm just kind of trying some different things with my arms, see what feels good. I'm noticing as I start to move, my weight comes forward in my foot, so I'm having to consciously move it back. Okay, all right, check that out if you need to. And then we'll go on the right foot. Okay, we'll either toe touch or lift, engage the core as you bring your arms up. It's very much like a tree pose in yoga. And so either add movement or stay still. I'm going to stay still because it's harder on this side. Today, remember every day is going to be a little bit different. Depends on how you slept, depends on what you did before you started your fitness stuff. All right, let's get rid of our band. Put it in my cute basket over here. All right, then let's go back to some rotations to finish up. Now that we've taught our core to be strong, let's teach it to be flexible. Flexible and strong is what we want. Okay, let's do a couple of bounces, arms up, bounce down. Throwing a few of these in throughout the day can get your fluids flowing again. Your lymphatic fluids, your circulatory fluids, your fascial fluids. A little zip back in your step. Okay, let's do a roll down. We'll start with the chin tuck. Roll down. Nice and slow. See how far you, oh my gosh, I can get quite a bit farther before I feel that tension back here. Take a couple breaths. And then walk the hands up, support yourself as you tuck the hips under, roll the spine up. Let's go into a back bend. Arms can be up or down. Oh, I get a lot further than my back bend too. Okay, one more time, rolling down. Walk the hands back up, tuck the hips, roll one vertebrae at a time. Okay, a couple shoulder rolls, one more little twist, and we'll call that good.